Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem. Bruchim Haba. We're continuing in Mishna Berura, Daf HaShavua. We're learning Hilchos Krias Shema. We're in Siman Nun Ches. By the way, I looked up in the Isha Yisrael when he talks about the Krios of Kaddish. He says Be'ikr you should do it, meaning that's the main procedure, and you should bow when the Shulchan Aruch says you bow, not when the minhag of the Sfardim. In other words, it should be when you say the word Yiskadel, when you say Yehei Shmei Rabbah, when you say Yisparach, when you say Brichu, and when you say Amen. It's funny, last night by Mariv, somebody was somebody told me that he was watching me say Kaddish. Why? Because we saw that Brichu is a shaila, whether you're allowed to answer Brichu by Mariv, because it might be a hefsek. So I didn't know. There's somebody who was listening to Shiurim. He said he was watching. In any event, we're continuing now in Siman Nun Ches Hilchos Krias Shema. So yesterday we learned that there's a machlokes between the Gra and the Magen Avraham. When is the Zman Krias Shema Shel Shachris? So the Mechaber says it goes until 3 hours into the day, which is a quarter of the day. Now, when do you count these 3 hours? The Magen Avraham says from Amud HaShachar. The Gra is from Neitz HaChama. That makes a very big difference, and the real question is, which is the Ikar Shita, the Magen Avraham or the Gra? Basically, in Siman Reish Lamed Gimel Sivkata and Daled, according to the Magen Avraham, you break up the day into the 12 chalakim from Alois HaShachar until Tzeis HaKechavim. According to the Gra, you divide the day from Neitz HaChama until Shkia. Now, I will say that those who are lenient and are relying on the Gra for the later Zman of Krias Shema, you better be careful not to daven Mincha after Shkia. Do you understand this? You chap this? Many people will daven in a Mincha where they say they're starting Shemona Esrei after the Shkia. In general, it's mamish b'diavad. The Mishna Berura says it's better to daven b'yichidos. But b'chlal, if you're a guy who's not Makpid on the Magen Avraham Zman, that means you hold the day is over. That means, don't tell me, I grew up not being... If you're not Makpid on Krias Shema Shel Shachris like the Gra, you better be careful not to daven Mincha after the Shkia. Because your whole ability to say Shema later is predicated on the fact the day is over by the Shkia. Okay, so that's my own personal ha'ara. Yeah. But in general, let's see, who do we hold like? There's no hachra. In Siman Reish Nun Vav, Sivkat and Aleph, the Dirshu brings its mashma that the Mishna Berura is soisem, that it's from Alois to Tzeis, like the Magen Avraham. Which is interesting. The Bir Halacha earlier in Siman Mem Vav, Siv Tes, he writes that if you say Krias Shema of the Karbanos, and you evaluate that by the time the Tzibur gets to Krias Shema and the Brachos, it will be Zman Krias Shema of the Gra, but you'll miss the Magen Avraham. Have Kavana to be Yoytze the Krias Shema earlier, because according to the Magen Avraham you're Chayiv, and according to the Gra you're allowed to. In other words, earlier on the Mishna Berura says that even if your shul is going to make the Zman of the Gra, but if it's not going to make the Magen Avraham and you're going to be saying Shema earlier, be Mechavein that you want to be Yoytze earlier if that's the correct Zman. The Rav Moshe, on the other hand, writes in Chelek Aleph Siman Chav Daled that the Mishna Berura is always consistently mashma that he holds like the Gra, and many Rishonim hold that way. And the Gra is a basra, meaning between the Magen Avraham and the Gra. This is how Rav Moshe did things in general. You follow the Gra, and Rav Moshe says everyone is maskim. He was greater than the Magen Avraham. That's also interesting, and also the Shulchan Aruch Harav holds that way. And in Russia and in Lithuania and in Minhag HaYeshivos is like the Gra. V'chein hu ikar ladina. Some Yechidim were machmer like the Magen Avraham. That's one Shuva in Rav Moshe. That's in Orach Chaim, Siman Chav Daled. However, elsewhere the Rav Moshe writes in Chelek Vav Siman Aleph, be Makpid on Zman Krias Magen Avraham. You should do it in the best possible way. I mean, I would think it's a Safek D'Oraisa. This is a Safek D'Oraisa. You have people who are Makpid on Gebrukst. If you're Makpid on Gebrukst, how can you not be Makpid on the Magen Avraham? There's no halacha to even, you're machmir, you're a machmir. Maybe try being machmir on a d'oraisa, like Krias Shema. The Shema that the ancient Hebrews would recite every morning and every evening, that the Lord gave to the Jewish people on Sinai. It's biblical, right? It's from the Torah. According to Magen Avraham, if you wait to the Gra, you weren't Mekayim the mitzvah. You didn't get that mitzvah. But again, Rav Moshe does say that the Minhag HaYeshivos, the Minhag HaYeshivos is like the Gra. Chazon Ish writes, many are noig like the Gra. The Stipler writes, you could be soimech lechatchila on the Gra. Reb Chaim Kanievsky says that the Chazon Ish says the Iker is like the Gra. Therefore, if you have a choice to daven biyechidos like the Magen Avraham or with a minyan like the Gra, daven with the minyan. But Reb Nissen Karelitz says no, Chazon Ish was not mekel. He was only mekel b'shas hadchak. The Stipler was machmir on the Magen Avraham. He didn't safek d'oraisa l'chumra. Rabbi Aaron Kotler and Mishna Berura Aaron also said, Roy lahachmir l'chadchila ka Magen Avraham. Kloisenberger Rebbe, you should be machmir by Krias Shema d'oraisa like the Magen Avraham. The Sfardim are makpid like the Magen Avraham, because the Chidah says in Shalosh Shuvos Chaim Shoal that you start counting from Alois HaShachar. Bottom line is, it seems like there's legitimate basis to say the Iker Shita is like the Gra, but it's hard to ignore a Magen Avraham on a D'oraisa. It's a very hard thing to do. So, I think it's kedai for a person to be aware Shabbos morning when the Magen Avraham Zman is, and to try to say it then. Do you have to wake up a teenager for the Magen Avraham? I would say let him do the Gra, But later on he should know that it's a D'oraisa and there's a Shita of a Magen Avraham. Okay, let's go weiter. Shehu Ravia Hayom, which is a quarter of the day. There's no difference if it's in the summer that the day is long, or in the winter the day is short. You break up the day into 12 parts. And a quarter of the day is Zman Krias Shema. Therefore, in the winter you should be careful. The day is short. The truth is, as careful he has to be in the winter, you have to be more careful in the summer. Because people usually get up the same time the whole year. In the summer you can be after the Zman. The bigger the day, the quicker the Krias Shema comes. You need to finish the whole Shema before the Zman. Don't say, I'm going to go with the Gra. The Gra is 9:20. I'm going to wake up 9:19 and 45 seconds. Gives me plenty of time to wash Negelvasser, put on my robe, and with 1 second left, I'll start Shema, and I'll grandfather it in. Mishna Berura doesn't hold to that. Mishna Berura says that if you say 3 parshas of Shema, and you did not say the word Eloi Keichem, the word Eloi Keichem, you said after the Zman, what percent of the mitzvah were you Mekayim? You didn't do it. 0, l'chayra. Now, not so pashut, because there are shitas in the Rishonim that Krias Shema is d'Rabbanan. There's a shita of Krias Shema is d'Rabbanan. We don't hold that way. It's brought in Tosfos. There's a shita in the Rishonim, only the first pasuk. So if only the first pasuk, you got it in. If it's only the first parsha, you got it in. Pri Chadash says the first two parshiyos. But the Mishna Berura usually paskins like the Shagas Aryeh, all three parshiyos. Ardoi Raisa, like the Mashmos of the Rambam. So you got to say the whole thing. Now, it's well known that the shuta of the Aruch HaShulchan is that you could grandfather it in. If you start it bizmana, you grandfather it in, even if the rest is after the Zman. Let's say it takes you 2 hours to say Shema, and you start the word Shema a minute before, you're good. The Aruch HaShulchan brings a raya from Bilam that Tosfos asks. Bilam knew the right moment that to curse Klal Yisrael. So Aruch HaShulchan, Tosfos asks, what could you say in one moment? So Tosfos says, if you start at the right time, you grandfather it in. But the Mishna Berura doesn't hold of that, and that makes a very big nafka mina for mincha. Many people daven mincha, and they don't realize that the shul starts 5 minutes. They don't realize the shul starts after shkia. So if the shul starts after shkia, you need to find a different shul to daven in regularly. Chveis, once in a while, it happens after shkia, but you cannot daven mincha regularly after shkia. But many shuls, they start, if not most shuls, they only start mincha before shkia. They do not finish the Shemana Esrei before shkia. What do? You find a different shul. You find a shul that they finish Shemana Esrei before shkia. You're saying, anyway, I'm in the ladies section. So the first thing is go into the men's section. And after you go into the men's section and look at the Zmanim, then realize go down the block. Now, this makes a very... especially Erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos, there's something called Tosefes Shabbos. You can't do Tosefes Shabbos if you're still davening Mincha. So you want to daven in a place, they finish Mincha before the Shkia, so that when your Shemana Esrei is over, you could be Mekayim Tosefes Shabbos. Now, many shuls, they start Mincha Erev Shabbos 8 minutes before the Shkia. And not only that, they say Haidi. And their Haidi takes until 1 minute before the Shkia. So A, they're not davening Mincha before the Shkia, and B, there's no Tosefes Shabbos. By us, we start 10 minutes before the Shkia. You know what 10 minutes before the Shkia does? It allows you to finish Shemana Esrei. And after you finish Shemana Esrei, if you want to be Makabel Tosefes Shabbos, B'dibur, you could say Hareini Makabel Tosefes Shabbos. And what the Chazan does, I'm not sure. He'll have to rely on... the Aruch HaShulchan, what does he do about Tosefes Shabbos? He's going to take one for the team, I guess. But those are the factors. Fine. Weiter. V'hama'achrim Krias Shema b'shvil tzitzis tefillin toyim. Those who delay Krias Shema. Now, let's like this. I don't have a talis and tefillin. So, should I wait until I get talis and tefillin to say Shema? Or should I say Shema without talis and tefillin? It's a mistake to wait for talis and tefillin. Yikra Krias Shema b'brachas bizmana b'lo tzitzis tefillin. You should say Krias Shema with the brachos. Bizmana, without tzitzis and tefillin, uchshayi aloi, and when you get the talis and tefillin, yanichem, put them on, v'yikar b'hem Krias Shema, you should say Shema, oy parsha acheres, oy mizmar tehillim. Now what part of Shema is Doiraisa? We mentioned, the Ramah Shita is the first pasuk and Baruch Shem. Some say the whole first parsha. Best to do all three. Okay, I want to review something. Okay, well, let's finish Mishna Berura, but I want to review. What do you do if you're davening in a shul, like in America, where they daven after the Zman Krias Shema, and you're saying Shema before the davening? Do you need to put on talis and tefillin to say Shema? Right? This is a very common situation. In other words, you're davening is Sunday morning, 8 o'clock, 8:30, and they're not making the Zman Krias Shema, and you're saying Shema before. That's a kaminag ha-Americanos. Yeah? So, the Mishna Berura, let's see the Mishna Berura. Va'afilu safek lo Shema yaver Zman Krias Shema. Even if you're mesupik, maybe you're going to be over Zman Krias Shema. Gam kein ein lahamten al talis tefillin. Dein ma'akev zeh, it's not ma'akev. Aval balav hachi, but if you're able to get on the talis and tefillin, yamtin, you should. The chalakari Krias Shema b'loy tefillin kilo meir edus sheker ba'atzmai. Now, let's say you're before the Zman Krias Shema of the Magen Avraham, and you're saying Shema. The Rav Shlomo Zalman says, if you're being machmer on the Magen Avraham Zman, you do not have to put on tefillin, because the minhag is like the gra. Meaning, if you wanted to know why is Rav Moshe such a big proponent of the gra Zman? Because the minhag in Klal Yisrael is the gain, is the gra. Therefore, you don't have to put on tefillin. But what if your shul is saying Krias Shema after the gain Zman? Then if you're going to be Yotzei the Goyin Zman, says the Rav Shlomo Zalman, you need to put on tefillin. Rav Nissen Karelitz says, even to be Yotzei the Magen Avraham, you need to put on tefillin. Says Reb Chaim Kanievsky, that if you're worried that, again, so Reb Shlomo Zalman says you don't have to put on tefillin for the Magen Avraham Zman. Reb Nissen Karelitz says that you should put on tefillin for the Magen Avraham Zman, but if you're not going to be able to, you could say without it. The Reb Chaim says no. If you're not going to be able to say Shema with tefillin, miss the Magen Avraham Zman and be samech on the gra. You don't want to say Krias Shema without tefillin. I remember we learned this and I didn't really understand it. Okay, weiter gegangen. Now there are people. Some people, they delay Zman Krias Shema because of Tefillah B'tzibur. They say, you know what, minyan is more important, and I won't say Shema earlier. V'gam zeh shaloi kedinhu. That's shaloi kedin because Zman Krias Shema is d'oraisa. V'al kol panim yizaru likroi Shema b'zmanoi koidem atfila ulechavein lotzeis b'zeh. So what does it mean? They're ma'acher Zman Krias Shema. I mean, they bechlal, they don't say Shema before the Zman because of Tefillah B'tzibur. That's not proper. But what they should do is, they should say Shema b'Zman, and to be mechaven to be yotzei with this. V'chanal b'Seif Siman Mevav Mishna Berura Ein Sham. Ve'ein la'acher ha'kriya l'beis ha'knesses b'shvil hazakenim ha'ma'achrim lavoi v'yitzarch l'spal b'yichidi. You have some old guys, and they come late, and if you don't wait for them, they're going to have to daven by themselves. Let them daven by themselves. You can't delay the minyan for the old people. Kivan sha'ideza yaver Zman Krias Shema, because you're going to be over the Zman Krias Shema. You don't tell people to sin to benefit someone else. You can't make people miss the Zman Krias Shema because you want to be mezaka old people in a minyan. On Shabbos and Yom Tov, it's very common to be over the Zman Krias Shema. Al kein hachacham eina b'roshai lekabitz minyan ulespal koidem. Really, friends, it's better to daven at a minyan where they say all the birchas Krias Shema bizmanai. Yeah, but lots of luck finding that unless you're davening very early Shabbos morning. But al kol panim likroi Shema bizmanoi koidim sheyamid l'spalel imatzir v'chanab b'Seif Siman Mevav v'ayin sham beber agro v'ber halacha. Fine. Weiter in the Mechaber. Now the mitzvah min hamuvchar is to read Shema ma'ad koidim netzach chama. They were mechavin to read a little bit before Netzach Chama. Says Hanetzach Chama. Says Mishroki Iker Mitzvah Tefillah Charchila Me'es Haschalas Hanetz. The Iker Mitzvah of Shemana Esrei is to say it from the beginning of Hanetz. Midachsiv Yira'ucha Im Hashamesh. You will be feared at the time of the sun of Chumash Nizral Kamam Peites. Im Hayim Aschil Lekroisim Sheyakers Chaveroi. If you would start to read Shema Mishayakar, Haya Harbe Bein Zeh Asher Bein Hanetz. There'll be a lot of time between the Krias Shema and Hanetz. V'hayolahem l'sa'achar achar Krias Shema. They're going to have to delay after Krias Shema. Ulahamten ad shetanetz achama. And in that case, they won't be samech gula l'tfila. V'hayu samchen gula l'tfila. L'chein hayu mechavnin l'krois samach hanetz achama. Therefore, they would target to read Shema right before Hanetz, ulagamra im Hanetz, and finish it with Hanetz, and then start Shemana Esrei. Hanetz hachama, when is that? He hashash hacham maschel zach brash yaharim. That's when the sun begins to shine on the top of mountains. Now that's very interesting. Ma'oid, if you daven kivasikin, scharai harbe ma'oid, umuftach lo yishu ben oilam haba, v'lo yuza kol oisayim. You're vouchsafed to be a ben oilam haba. You will not be damaged that day. Okay, Rabbi say, let's hold it here, and we'll pick it up on Monday, Chanukah. So again, we're learning Hilchos Krias Shema, like Rabbi Yeager pointed out. Chanu Chaf Hey. We were victorious with the 25 letters of the Krias Shema. Shkoyach, everyone. Have a good day, a freilich and Chanukah, a good Shabbos, Kol Tov.
Recording stopped.